welcome back to Healthy Recipe. Today we're going to be making a delicious zucchini noodle recipe. We're going to be using all whole foods, no fat. It's going to be absolutely delicious, so let's get right to work. Alright, so let's go over our ingredients really quick. I have 4 zucchinis here, and these are like medium size. I guess there's probably a few cups of noodles in the end, but you could use as many as you like. And I have here 3 tablespoons of veg broth, salt, and this is just chili salt. I make my own. I add dried chilies into it. Red onion, about a half cup, diced. This is basil from my plant. It's fresh. If you guys want to find out how I grew this basil inside my house, I'm going to place a link to our new gardening channel. So I have a gardening channel we just started, and it shows how I grew this basil inside the house. I have about 1.5 cups of fresh diced tomato, about 3 cloves of finely minced fresh garlic, and 2 cups of baby portobello mushrooms cut into thin slices. I cut them down the middle first and then into slices. So that's basically all the ingredients we're using. First thing we gotta get done is to spiralize these zucchinis. I'm gonna leave the end on them, and that way I won't waste on the end. This is a spiralizer. I'm gonna use the large side, which makes a wider noodle. So we're gonna start here. Just push it in. You gotta put a little pressure. And out the other side, in the middle, comes out a little core that's like really cool. You can just put this right in there too. It kind of actually looks like a little pasta spiral. So that's what comes out of the center. Here's another one. So it's really cool. If you guys want to get like a spiralizer like this, I have it on my store where it says our kitchen equipment. We have an Amazon affiliate that gives us like 3% for everything you buy through our links. And I have this spiralizer on there. Alright, so we'll do. See, so at the end, this is why I leave the ends on the zucchini. You can actually grab onto it, and the stem saves you from having to really use this part. So it works out really well. So basically I just cut this little piece, and then I'm going to cut it into 4 and throw it in there also. No waste. So see this little piece here? I just cut the stem off, and we can just use it. Also, if you guys like the knife, the dull strong knife, you can also find it in our store. I've had this knife for years. If you look at my old videos, you can still see it. It's an amazing knife. If you guys want to get one, you can go on the link also. Alright, so this is the amount that we got out of those zucchini, and you really have to work with this pretty quick. You can't let it sitting around. So right now while it's crisp, what we're going to do is we're going to start sauteing some of our veggies. So I'm on 275 degrees, medium heat. I'm going to put about half of the broth in there. Alright, once we got the broth just warm, I'm going to go ahead and add the garlic, onion, and these zucchini noodles, we just let them touch the pan. We're just going to warm them up. We're not going to even cook them really, because they disintegrate. They're very, very delicate. So we're gonna get our aromatics first, and we'll let that go for about 3 or 4 minutes to the onions soften up and the garlic becomes aromatic. Then we go ahead and add the mushrooms, the tomatoes, and at the end we just touch the zucchini in the sauce. Alright, so now that the onions are translucent and the garlic is smelling up your whole house, super aromatic, we're gonna go ahead and put in these mushrooms. We're gonna give them about 3 to 4 minutes. And we're not gonna do a lot of heat with a tomato. We'll add that once the mushrooms are done. And then immediately after that, we'll do the zucchini. So as you can see, the portobellos have shrunk down and they sucked up a lot of that broth. So now, I'm gonna go ahead and add the other 1.5 tablespoons or so. Let that heat up for just 1 second. Stir it around. And we're gonna throw in our tomatoes. And we want that juice from the tomato to mingle with that broth and the garlic and the onion and make a beautiful tasting sauce. I'm gonna give that like 45 seconds just to really warm it up. Alright, so by the looks of this, it looks like I'm gonna have to flip this into a bowl because this is not gonna fit in there. So the action of what you're actually doing is just cooking this for a few seconds, so a bowl will actually work the same, which is gonna toss this and the sauce in a bowl and give it a mix. Alright, so if you have a bigger saucepan, you can finish this in the pan. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna just throw this down. And we're gonna throw this sauce over it, nice and hot. I'm gonna stir it up. And this is gonna get your zucchini pretty much nice and soft, but not turn it into mush. And by accident, I just may have discovered a better method of doing this. Because there's no way you're going to overcook your zucchini this way. Sometimes you pull it off the pan and it still looks crunchy, and 5 minutes later it disappears. So look how beautiful that actually came out. Now, the finishing touch, I'm going to throw in our fresh basil so I can get a nice bit of flavor with that. You could also throw nutritional yeast here at the end. And a little bit of salt for taste. And we are ready to plate. Look how beautiful that looks, guys. I may have found a better way of making this. Alright, so we're going to serve it on a nice white plate. So it shows all the color. Some long noodles there. Look how beautiful that looks. I mean, this is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful looking recipe. Super healthy, very, very light. If you're looking to put on some weight, definitely don't make this part of your diet, because you could probably eat this whole thing and it has around 500 calories or less. So, very, very light meal. If you're looking to eat lighter food, this is your recipe right here. Super simple, delicious, loaded with nutrients. I hope you guys like the recipe. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you really soon on the next one. Alright, so finishing touch, little fresh cracked black pepper over the top. Alright, so a little black pepper, and I'm gonna go ahead and get myself a nice forkful. Wow. It's still crunchy, not soggy at all. The garlic with the fresh basil comes right through. That's the first thing I get. Nice hint of tomato juice in the background. Super delicious. Love this recipe.